Good evening once again. Tonight I'm going to be doing a review for MPM-3 Bumblebee. It's the first movie masterpiece figure that's been released in quite a few years now. And the first one to actually be a new mold instead of just, some dolled up like leader class. So we're going to start with the box. Pretty standard masterpiece fare here. Shiny little logo there. So, from the box it looks excellent. I think it's interesting that it's got Takara Tomy and Hasbro on here. Honestly, can't remember if that's normal for Hasbro masterpiece releases. Alright, so pretty typical sides. Showing off the features, which we'll get to cover. You might notice that the box is a little banged up. Unfortunately, that's just how it came. All the copies that they had were pretty beat up, so it's a shame. This guy, as you can see here, is a Toys R Us exclusive here in the United States, like most masterpieces. Alright, so we'll start him off by looking at his vehicle mode, per my usual MO. And, this thing's designed to be as accurate to the actual vehicle as possible. And it does have some very nice detailing. See the underside here. So, weapon storage. Right there. Nice details on the license plate. It's California on it. Grill. Now, one thing very eagle-eyed consumer noticed when he got his copy of this is that even though this is accurate to the Chevy Camaro from that year, the concept, well, not the concept, but this is actually the standard retail release. It's not exactly accurate to the concept Camaro that they use in the movie. And, he pointed out a few things, like the door handles. He knows, obviously, a lot more about cars than I do. It's not really my area of expertise. First thing I noticed is that is way too bright yellow. He uses like a rally yellow color, vice like the glossier, more orangish yellow that they use in the movie. So that stood out to me from the get-go. So, if 100% accuracy is, kind of the make or break for you, this might be a sour note. But for what it is very nice looking. And this is Bumblebee's robot mode. It's incredibly detailed. Has a lot of parts, a lot of intricacies to it. It's very nice looking. Again, he is a very bright yellow. I would have, preferred something a bit closer to the actual movie's depiction, but whatever. He has articulated fingers. His bottom two fingers are on the same hinge. Pointer moves independently, thumb moves independently. So you can come with different dynamic poses for his hands. Yeah, he's got all sorts of articulation. Head turns, can look up and down. He's got die cast here on his feet to match those details in the movie. There's like a metal rod. Where is it? No, you can't see it from here. It's like inside, but it kind of holds them together. He does have a little storage space for his little cannon attachment on his back. So you do have somewhere to put it when he's not wielding a cannon. He looks awesome. I'm not the biggest fan of movie Bumblebee. I just kind of hate how Hasbro just pushes him to be kind of the next big thing in Transformers, and I don't think he's that interesting of a character. But this toy comes close to changing my mind about him because it looks fantastic. They really nailed the movie accuracy with this thing. So it does kind of make me excited to see what they're going to do in the future with the movie Masterpiece line. They have an Optimus Prime, which I haven't seen here on store shelves yet, and I know that they have a Barricade coming, so, you know, it looks like good things are in the future. One issue with this guy is that these, like, long heel spurs in the back, they're not tight. They're very loose, so slightest bit of bumping or misposing will cause this guy to fall backwards. It's really my only big issue with him. You know, you do have to balance him just right to keep him standing up. I really wish they would have made that joint tighter, because this does seem to be a pretty common issue with this toy. All the other joints are fine. You know, they hold weight very well. They work like they're supposed to. So yeah, let's take a look at some of this guy's features. Here we get up close and personal with his horrifying bug face. Say hi. Alright, so this Bumblebee actually has a flip-down visor, like he does in the movie. Now, I don't know if it's just my copy, but I have to be very careful when I lift this piece up by holding the piece under it down, because otherwise this bit will pop off the hinge because it's not connected with a pin or anything. And you just flip it down like that. You can see a very loose connection there. And you just pull this guy down until it snaps in. And there you have his bee-like battle mask. I think they really executed this very well. You know, it's very believable for what he does in the movie. So next, we'll go to that cannon. And to attach this, you have to put his hand away. So you flip this panel out here, close his fist up, swing it in, oh, in there. And this thing, you're just gonna press on like that. Hold it down. And there's this cannon. You can see that this, at least on my copy, doesn't tightly close all the way, so you do have that bit of an eyesore of a crack going through the middle of it. And no matter how much I fiddle with it, I can't seem to get that to go away or minimize. And here we have him looking all battle ready. One thing to point out, I don't know if it was like this when I, before I opened it, or if it happened due to transformation, but he does have this black mark right there on top of his head. I'm sure that's just a, one-off issue with my copy of it. His helmet does tend to rub against the inner parts while you're transforming, so kind of be aware of that. Do what you can to prevent or minimize that rubbing, because I do believe that's what caused that scuff mark there. Other than that, I do like this figure a lot. I don't know if I could recommend it for the price it's going for. It is $80, which is pretty pricey considering that Masterpiece Starscream was $70, and he's a lot bigger. So, I mean, if you're a huge Bumblebee fan, which I know a lot of people are, I don't know what's wrong with you people. Yeah, I mean, this is the quintessential version of the character, so definitely try to pick one up from Toys R Us if they have them in the stock where you are. As I said before, this guy has really kind of changed my mind on Bumblebee. As far as his design and everything, I do like this a lot, and it does have me looking forward to, what else they come up with. So, yeah, as usual, let me know what you think of this figure, what you thought of the review, and I'll see you next time.